Here's Johnny.
Come and play with us forever and ever and ever.
Friends.
Without.
Benefits.
I'm a girl.
I'm the dude, man.
I'm 100% that big.
All right. Welcome to... Oh.
You always start it, so now I've just gotten used to, like, I'm comfortable with you starting it because it's like, that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, to keep things normal, welcome to episode 35 of Friends Without Benefits podcast. We should have some better sound, for all the haters in our mentions. Just kidding, there's nobody.
Yeah,
but
literally.
But we do have better sound. So yeah, that's
hopefully
for the people. That's for there's some true fans, some ride or dies out there, I know. So yeah, it should sound a little bit better. We are Zooming, obviously, so we didn't get to hear it right now, but you guys all probably just heard the Halloween intro I did. Happy early Halloween. I don't know when you're going to be listening to this. It could be the 28th. The 28th, or it could be Halloween itself. Exactly. Ha ha. That was pretty good.
At first, you just went ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha. That's honestly probably more scary because you're like, that guy's a psychopath and he might actually kill me.
I don't know. But yes, welcome to the podcast. 35, mid-30s, probably somewhere you don't really want to be. Probably have some children. Not that you don't want to have children, but it's just things are changing.
Do you think that the cartoon laugh is the scariest of all the laughs? The Count Chocula?
I think like a little kid giggle is scary.
That is true.
Not in real life, but like the way they use it in movies is inappropriate.
If you were in like an abandoned dark house and you heard a little kid giggling, it would be terrifying.
Yeah. Is that more terrifying than a human giggling? I don't know. In an abandoned house?
Yeah.
But if a kid is kidnapped, they're probably not giggling.
Anybody laughing in the dark is like, when you're not expecting somebody, it's pretty creepy.
Yeah, this is creepy.
So what's going on? Have you been watching anything? Have you been listening to anything? What's up?
Well, I was going to have something obvious, but I don't have it on my finger, and they didn't give me a sticker, but I voted today. So, yahoo.
Nice.
Huge lift off my shoulders. You know what? I just feel different. I'm a new woman, so whatever. I voted for Kanye.
Nice. Easy.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but under his party, it says Kanye West's birthday party.
Yeah, it's the birthday party.
That's cute.
So it was actually an update of mine, but just fitting nicely. He was on Joe Rogan. Yes. Mm-hmm. And listened to the whole thing. It was long.
You did? Okay, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to. I know it's 3 hours. I can't believe he got him.
Oh, they've been talking about doing it for a long time. He was supposed to come on maybe a year ago, yeah, but there was talks of if it made sense, if it was, and then just randomly it just happened. Already up to I think 8 million views on YouTube, and now that Spotify is a thing, it's who knows how many it would have, but
I've been enjoying that feature a lot.
Yeah, me too. No ads, which is nice. Shout out Premium.
So true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Joe Rogan is crazy. See, I just listened to Matthew McConaughey. He's on a real
press junket
right now. He's doing everything, and he's so wonderful. I listened to all of Joe Rogan / watched it when I could.
The McConaughey one?
Yes. I'm going to listen to Kanye West, but like you said, he just spits them out so fast. I don't have time to listen to that many podcasts. But ish. And so he was so good, and I love him so much because he's so wonderfully weird, but he's so true to himself. And I was telling my friends earlier, does it make sense to have him like on my top 5 anymore? Like, is he gonna age out? And to that I say, no way, never ever. I love him forever.
All right, you heard it here first. That's a permanent, a permanent top 5 pick. We'll
And
revisit
my friends got me his book for my birthday, so look out for that recap.
What's his book called?
Green Lights, and it's like his journals he's been keeping since he was like 20 years old.
Journals.
And apparently he went like to read over everything he's ever written and like kind of piece it together. He went away to like a tent in the woods for like 2 weeks and lived off a generator and just like read through all of his writings and like pieced it together. Hot.
Yeah,
Okay, well.
No. I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive. It's weird to me that he did the off the grid, but then used the generator.
Well, that's what I heard.
Okay, maybe I'll just say he didn't use the generator, and that way it sounds crazier. He didn't use the generator. He was just
still
camping.
pretty crazy.
It is still pretty crazy, but it's like, if I was like, I'm walking across the country, and then like for a little bit I use the bike.
But it wasn't.
Like,
the point wasn't to prove like, oh, I'm gonna go camp for 2 weeks with nothing. It's like, well, I'm gonna put my book together, so it's not like I'm trying to prove a point. I'm just trying to like get some solitude.
Just get the space.
Be in nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so,
I like the
right.
finer things.
I got you. It wasn't an event. It was just for him getting the space.
He wasn't Michael Scott in The Office going into the woods to prove to prove that he could be like on Survivor.
Right. Exactly. That makes sense.
But yeah, I'm really excited to listen to that. Any like teasers or any things that you've learned?
Just like, you got to just like bear with him. Like, there's so many times where I was listening and I was like, I have no idea what he's saying, and most of the time he would kind of come back for like to like a somewhat poignant, coherent thought. And sometimes I was actually even like impressed, where I was like, oh, that is actually like kind of a brilliant idea. But you just got to realize, like, he's a fucking completely different dude. He does not think in a conventional sense, and he doesn't speak in a conventional sense. So when you're like listening to him, you're like, it's hard to follow. Like, you can't just like chop in and out and be like, oh yeah, let me just like pick it up here. You're like, I don't even know what this thought was pertaining to now. So
one, that's like the exact review I've heard from other people that I watched it, and two, it's kind of cool, not that I listened to it, because we kind of know that he is a genius, crazy, out there, however you want to like describe him. So it's kind of cool because I feel like we just get these snippets of his life. So to kind of like be able to listen to his thought process, even if it doesn't make sense to us, but he does arrive to some good ideas, and you can kind of see that he really does think in a different way. Like, it's kind of not an act. I think that's kind of cool. For sure.
You do see how genuine he is when he's kind of formulating these thoughts. It's not, it's not some. That's, I think, what was like really did shine through, is it wasn't like he was like, okay, I'm just going to hit on these points and try and keep it brief and make sure that I only say what's like potentially going to like benefit me or whatever. Like, there were a couple times where he's just like was brutally honest. It was like, I thought I was going to say something really cool there, and I didn't. And like, you're like, all right, that's awesome. That. I feel like I do that. We all do that. Or like, I was thinking something was going to come there, and then nothing did. And now I'm just stuck with this. And I just love that, like, when you could just be brutally honest with yourself. I think Kanye has his demons, like we all do, but I think there's something there. There's something there, for sure. I'm glad he had him on. It was interesting I feel like that was like the first thing. He was on, I guess, Nick Cannon at some point, but I never, I wasn't tuning into Nick Cannon's podcast. I'll say that. Yeah, I watched Wild 'N Out back in the day, but I don't really keep up with him anymore. That was the extent of my Nick Cannon, I guess. Well, except what was he on Nickelodeon? Was he on something? Was he on All That? He was definitely from Nickelodeon. Really? Yes. Let me just use my phone. Yeah, that I don't know. How am I going to find this out? Nickelodeon. He doesn't seem like a Nickelodeon guy. Oh, well. But then again, some people who are on Nickelodeon don't seem like Nickelodeon people. Also, Drumline. Okay, yes. Do remember that. That's right. That's a good movie.
Well, I mean, think of all the people that are from the like Disney machine, you know?
Oh,
Crazy
okay.
pe-
Well,
Crazy peeps.
again, perfect segue. I gotta take it.
That's not Disney.
Oh wait.
He was on all that. He was on all that.
Okay, wait. What was Zoe 101 on? Was Zoe 101?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, not
Yes.
Disney.
And he was on Kane and Kel. Oh, that was only 2 episodes. But anyways, yeah, Zoe 101 was on Nickelodeon, and it was one of the best shows ever. And then she got pregnant, and she had to leave.
So apparently, she's back. First off, she's just did like some interview and photo shoot and everything, and she's like, "I'm a mom. I'm proud. I want to be back I want to be back at my craft, acting." And she was saying that I guess the original show didn't actually get canceled because she got pregnant. It was originally planning to end that season, and then she just happened to get pregnant.
I do find that shocking because that show was popping off. Everyone I knew watched that show, and I'm not saying like that has, I mean, because I didn't know millions of people, but
Right.
everybody wanted to go to boarding school after watching that show. You wanted to wear a key around your neck, like she
what was
wore a
it?
key around her neck to like get into her dorm, but she like painted it to make it cute. You know, it's just one of those things when you're a kid and you're like, well, I'll fucking need that now.
Yeah, got to do that, right?
And so that's just interesting because I think it was only on for 2 seasons, which in like Disney, Nickelodeon land, that's like a long time. But I do find that interesting, and I kind of think it's a lie.
Well, I guess there's no way to prove it. That's just what I had heard. Maybe it was a perfect spin
Yeah.
on the story, but yeah, she's back. I think there's a Zoe 101 reboot, which is going to be really interesting. It's like,
Well, because I heard this, but so I thought it meant a reboot. So I actually don't know, but they did like a Zoom reunion thing this past Sunday or last Sunday.
okay.
And so I don't know if that's the thing or if they're actually doing a reboot.
I think they're doing a reboot with her.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like the whole cast.
Because she
But-
said she has a quote: "We want to do it justice for the fans that were 10 and 12 when it first aired, while also bringing in a new generation of fans."
Interesting. I mean, here's what I have to say. This is a bad idea.
I think good for her for trying to get it, but yeah, let's be honest. Like, you were a big fan back then.
Huge.
Who's gonna watch? Are you gonna watch?
Well, and it's like okay, well, obviously I don't know what the plot is. I don't think they've said, but it's kind of like, yeah, I really liked that when I was 10 to 12 years old. Like, what are you going to do now? Like, I don't want to watch you grown up. Like,
No.
I'm good.
What
Like,
if
even if they did Lizzie McGuire, which they did try to do, and I was kind of excited about it, but still very nervous. But I kind of felt like they could almost do that one
Better?
easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would be more, I don't know. But yeah, I just feel very nervous. I feel like there hasn't been a reboot where everyone's like, oh my God, thank God we did this.
Yeah. Typically, it's like, well, wasn't as good as the original, or sometimes you're like, that was like way worse than the original.
Totally. Like, way
Like-
to ruin the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you completely like marred the memory of that show.
Yeah. Well, to go off, I'm guessing you've never seen the show.
I definitely watched at least a few episodes, but
Okay.
I don't remember. I mean, I was probably around 12 at the time, so I
Yeah.
don't remember. But
So to add on to this news, so Dustin, who played her like little brother in the show, he was probably playing like an 11-year-old. He now like makes dirty TikToks
oh, interesting. This
Yeah,
is
and,
taking
like,
a turn.
to give a glimpse. There's like it's like a TikTok of him and it's like playing WAP in the background.
Okay.
And he's like making lists, like pretending he's like writing down lists of like the things she's like asking him to do. And then there's like, it cuts to him like wearing handcuffs, and then it cuts to him like in the shower. So that's what he does now, and it's hard because definitely everyone pictures him as like a little boy, and also he looks like Jesse McCartney.
Okay. Wait, do you know his name? The guy actor's name?
I could pull it up for you really fast. We're not gonna play the video.
Not gonna play the video. I'm just curious. Oh wait, okay.
Trevor
Dustin-
wants to watch these.
I'm just like fascinated by e-boys and a pre-child star who's now a e-boy is a very interesting transition that I didn't really think was possible. But I'm finding new things out every day. So
Also, speaking of e-boys, because I know I got really triggered last time when you tried to tell me that Pete Davidson and Harry Styles were e-boys. Like, what is an e-boy? Please give me the definition.
no, okay. So out of context, that sounds. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I'm seeing it. Oh yeah, and the shirt comes off, and the hair gets wet.
Ugh, that makes
So
me feel
cringy.
uncomfy.
So cringy.
Well, I'll repost that right now.
Okay, so first off, Pete Davidson and Harry Styles, are not e-boys. Harry Styles has a look that all e-boys emulate in terms of his hair. It's
So
mainly
you're saying they're trying to be Harry Styles?
I don't know if it started that way. It's like where did the chicken or the egg come first? I don't know what started first. Obviously, Harry Styles had his own look. I don't know where or when e-boy culture started, or if it was even developed off that, or maybe it was, what do they say when like two comedians have the same jokes? It's mutual thinking or whatever, like something like that. Where I don't know who started it, but it's very common to have there's two hairstyles of e-boys. It's the center part that you'll see that's a little wavy, or it's the this weird thing that I don't even know how they do it, but it's like all their hair is like very flat and it's like folded over.
Yes, and Harry Styles isn't like any of those.
He's kind of got the long center part down the middle.
No, it parts forever. I'm just
saying he has similar look that if you saw him and he wasn't Harry Styles and he was on TikTok, you'd be like, that's an e-boy. The clothes, no, I disagree with that.
Yeah,
but it's mainly the hair. So and also like
the nail painting.
He's not an e-boy.
Yeah,
because
put that on the record.
He's not wearing there's certain other things apparently. I'm not too keen on it, but yeah.
Oh, e-boys. Speaking of Harry Styles, he dropped a new music video called Golden, and how would I describe it? Perfect in every way. It changed my life. It should win an Oscar. You could tell he was in Italy. He's running the whole time. It's magical and it's wonderful, and Golden is one of the best songs. It's one of those songs that you just want to be in the car with the top down, somewhere beautiful. And,
I can see it.
Incredible.
And he had a mustache, right? Or no?
He did. He got rid of it for the video. Also, it's interesting because his hair is a little longer in this video, so he must have filmed it right before he chopped it, because he chopped it for the movie he's going to be in with Florence Pugh.
Wait, what movie is that?
It's going to be like a romantic thriller.
I love thrillers.
I'm excited. Speaking of romantic thrillers, I watched Rebecca this weekend, which I feel like is going to be the light version of this movie, because I feel like if it's Harry Styles and Florence Pugh, it's probably going to be in the theater. Mm-hmm. And so this Netflix movie was Lily James, who's Mamma Mia and Cinderella, and then Armie Hammer. And it was pretty good. I almost felt it was pretty long. It was 2 hours. And I really liked the scenic of it all. Damn, I looked up where they filmed it, and now I forgot. I think Big Sur.
Okay,
I don't remember.
Beautiful.
Somewhere beautiful in California. And so it started off very beautiful, but I think they almost wanted it to not be what you thought it was going to be so many times that it kept changing. And it was one of those movies where it's whose side am I on here? When it ended, I was like, am I a bad person? You're just what did I get out of that? So take with that what you will. If you like scenic stuff, watch it.
Yeah, I saw it come on to Netflix, and I love Armie Hammer, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch it. But then I looked at the reviews just because I had no idea what it was about or anything, and they weren't good, so I was like, I'm not going to give it a shot.
Not that this is what would make you make it, but he looks like an absolute dreamboat in the movie. But
typically does.
Yeah, but this, I feel like I'd never, obviously he is so incredible in Call Me By Your Name, but other than that, I've never really seen him be suave and things like that. The Winklevoss twins just didn't do it for me.
That was
even though there was two of them.
Yeah, double trouble.
Yeah, but I think I liked it because nothing like fucking scary happened. It just was like very thrilling and all that stuff. So, you know what? If you're looking for a mediocre time, watch it.
Um,
But
uh,
something beautiful.
yeah, yeah, I get it. Another movie with really good scenery that I watched this weekend that I think you would actually really like. I think most people who probably enjoy
Have
like
eyes.
nice things, yeah, have eyes, have ears, breathe, would enjoy as well is Hunt for the Wilder People. It's Taika Waititi, so
Love.
yeah, I think this must have been an older film, because yeah, I don't know, I didn't hear anything about it, and it was just on Netflix. One of my friends had told me about it, and I watched it. New Zealand accents, gotta love it. There's a adorable kid who's just like you can't help but like him. He's very funny, has a great accent, and yeah, it's just like a really cool movie. You see like the New Zealand countryside, gorgeous, just doesn't even make sense. That's a real place. Um,
Damn.
Ty-
What's it called again?
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Okay.
Tyka's in it for a brief moment, and he's very
Uh-huh.
funny, but he's not. It's not like he's
The
center
Straw.
like Jojo Rabbit, but yeah, very very good. Highly recommend it.
Added to list.
Oh yeah. I also watched something that is scary. It's called Scare Me. It's on Shudder, which is a horror movie app. You have to download the free trial. It's kind of annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Really actually hated the process, but
Worth it?
worth it because
Okay.
I liked it a lot. This guy, Josh Rubin, I guess this is like his first directed movie. He wrote it, he starred in it. Super unique concept. Basically, two writers tell each other scary stories in like a cabin during a power outage.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I mean, sounds like meh. It's just so well done. The acting's incredible. Again, very, very unique concept. Haven't seen anything like that before. And yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, if you're like, you could watch that and you could watch Mandy on Shudder. And Mandy's incredible. It's Nick Cage. I don't think you would like it at all, to be honest.
Cool.
Just because it's like trippy and that's not what you wouldn't like. It's trippy and like psychedelic and beautiful colors and everything, which you would like, but what you wouldn't like is it's incredibly violent and incredibly graphic.
Yeah, that really freaks me out.
Yeah, it's freaky. It's very freaky. The
Okay.
imagery is like nightmarish, but also dreamlike. So
I wonder if that Mandy that movie is about is the same Mandy from the first Jonas Brothers album that released when I was a kid.
it is not. Can confirm it is not.
Well, speaking of, the Jonas Brothers released vintage merch of T-shirts with all their old albums on it. Like, oh my god,
J Bros.
that's all I have. But like, what a
Are
blessing.
you gonna get some?
Yeah, I keep putting it off because I also have been wanting Lady Gaga merch, and then I'm like, well, should I get the Gaga merch, where should I get this shirt? And it's just like all too much.
Just
And I'm trying to be very like patient with my purchases and all that stuff. But you know what? I need them. I think about it. You know when it's like I've been trying to not buy them, instant for that instant gratification, so I wait. And if I'm
yes.
still thinking about it, and like I'm definitely still thinking about it. So I also couldn't decide which album I wanted
Oh, okay, that's fair.
on the cover.
I was gonna say you should just tell people. People are always asking, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" And I never know how to answer. So something like that, you just subtly be like, "Hey, this is what I want for Christmas." FY, it might sell out. So
Yeah, I just don't trust people enough that they'll like get it in time
okay,
or get the right size. Like I don't.
just here's what you do: do that suggestion, buy yourself your own copy. That way you have it, and then if they do get it for you, just return it. If they
I don't
get
think
it
you
for
can
you
return
already have it.
merch.
No return
No.
policy.
And like the Gaga merch, I think it's supposed to take like a month to get in.
Resell it.
Resell it. I don't know. I think I have PTSD from moving. Like I'm not trying to get on Facebook Marketplace for a fucking long time.
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, that's a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I'm sure it would sell. So I'll keep my options open.
Yeah, just think think about it. Something.
And
to
I'm
do.
really trying to get that air fryer for Christmas, so it's hard.
Holler, using the air to fry things. Has it ever
It's
been better?
dope.
All right, what else did I have? Oh, this was okay, pretty crazy. So obviously it's been a lackluster year for movies. In terms of just, not many releases, not many new things coming out, mainly stuff straight to streaming. So we haven't had a lot of the like blockbuster movies. So because of that, no Marvel movies this year. I think. But this was the first year in like a decade that there was not a Marvel movie as the highest grossing movie of the year. Do you know what movie did finish the highest grossing movie?
Can I ask one context clue?
Yes.
Did it happen before the pandemic? Like, did it come out before the pandemic?
I think so. Let me double check though.
The only movie I saw, I know that's not it. Well, actually, that came out last year, but at the end of last year, so that probably didn't count.
Oh wait, no, that can't be right. It's saying that's not right. There's no way.
What is it saying?
It's saying the release date was August. Oh no.
Wow.
It was.
you need
I'm
to get
sorry.
your facts straight.
February 14th, Valentine's Day. So yes, it was
Valentine's
before the
Day.
pandemic in the U.S.
What came out for Valentine's Day? I don't know.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my gosh, I would have
Yeah.
never gotten that in a million years.
I wouldn't have either. I was
That's
just like,
with
what?
Jim Carrey and Ben Schwartz.
And James Marsden.
Meh.
Meh? Really? Interesting.
Yeah, this is my
He's a meh.
unpopular opinion amongst women. And I don't know what it is. Like, I don't mind him. I won't be upset if he's in my movie. Like, I was really happy that he was in Dead to Me. I thought that was really fun, even though he's,
Okay.
spoiler, is a bad guy. Except maybe he's not in the second season. Ooh. But I think he's great in The Notebook because, well, he looks great. But obviously I would never choose him over
No,
Ryan Gosling.
please.
And then in 27 Dresses, one, I think that's an overrated movie, another unpopular opinion, and he just looks messy.
So it's mainly his roles that's...
Yeah, I really don't know much about him other than his role, so obviously I'm not going to be like, I hate him, but from what I've seen him in, I'm just not freaking out.
And also just not his look, it sounds like. His look is all right.
Not my type.
Got it.
Except
sure.
as Lon in The Notebook.
Yeah. That's your right.
And that's all I have to say.
When I looked up the Sonic release date for whatever reason, like the first thing that comes up on Google is August 21st, 2020, which I was like, that's definitely not true. So that's why I was very
Liars.
confused. Yeah. But yeah, that was what I was going to say, which was interesting, I thought.
Interesting. Next was Quibi,
That's
R.I.P., Happy Halloween, Dead, in the Grave, bye-bye,
Yes.
so sorry. Okay, so here's what I have to say. Obviously, like, they figured it out really fast this wasn't going to work, and, like, one of the podcasts I was listening to was like, this was made for people on the go. It came out during a time where no one is on the go. We are sitting on our couch. Why watch it like this, even though we figured out we can AirPlay, even though I'm pretty sure you couldn't in the beginning. They must have added that feature as soon as they heard us talk about it on the podcast.
Probably.
And so I think it just, like, wrong time. But here's what I have to say. Like, I really enjoyed being able to watch Joe Jonas and... Oh, I said that weird. Joe Jonas.
Interesting.
I've never said his name before.
Joe Jonas.
And Adam Devine and, like, all these people I wouldn't usually see. I was really on TV. Like, I think, YouTube could really pick something up or something like that. Like, having that limited series, like, I would gladly watch that. And I did watch them. I downloaded Quibi for it.
So, I have a point for you. In Frankenstein-like fashion, Netflix is likely going to be bringing a lot of these things back to life by scouring the grave of Quibi and picking
Okay.
apart all these, like, super popular. I'm sure they're going to...
What did well?
Yeah, what did well, what they think will resonate with their, maybe demos that they don't have a lot of, watchers in. I mean, I think everybody has Netflix, so I don't know what that would be. But, yeah, they're going to be taking some of these. I read an article that was like, yeah, Netflix is going to make out like a bandit on all this, like,
Of course.
pre-crafted like storylines. Like they already have all the casting, character. Like basically, Quibi did a bunch of work on like all this premium content, and
Yeah.
Netflix is just gonna be like, "Okay, we're gonna scoop it all up." Thanks, yeah. Thanks
Yeah,
for
so here's what I have to say. Obviously, this is a little sad because you want to root for the underdog, but then it's like, well, also I like to have my shit all on one platform. Like we're already slicing it up so much. Like please just pop it on my TV, and then I'm going to just. I was about to say I would love to see it on Netflix, but I'm about to squash the whole idea that is Quibi because like watching the Joe Jonas one in particular, I was like, he talked to that guy for like 2 fucking seconds. Like, I want to hear his whole conversation with Louis Capaldi and all that stuff. So I wonder if they'll make it like 20 minutes or if they're going to try to keep the 8-minute thing, which was obviously like, I mean, I do think like people are just going, even if they keep it at 8, maybe 10 minutes or whatever, like people are just going to cruise through them. Like you're going to technically watch a whole season in a sitting, which I do anyways when they're not 8 minutes. So I think I'm just curious what they're going to do, but yeah, I hope they kept the ones I liked.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's nice, I think, about Netflix is like you don't have to watch it all in one sitting. Like you could, like not,
Yeah.
you can obviously, but like you can watch if it's an hour show, especially if it is a format of like interviews and stuff like that. You can very easily watch half of it, stop, come back. As long as it's not like one cohesive thing where you're like, okay, I really need to be paying attention. Then it's
Yeah.
like, why would I continue? And it sounds like a lot of those 8-minute shows could probably be coupled into like 124, 124.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say, because I never, and I don't know if it's just me, but I never sit down like, all right, I'm going to sit down for 8 minutes and watch a show.
Yeah. You're like, you kind of have an idea if it's a hour show.
Yeah, like I'm going to take a break, 30 minutes, pop on a show, or, that's especially what I did when I used to study. But just like kind of whatever it is, yeah, I think YouTube satiates that like quick bite mentality. Like you can pop on there, you can find something 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. So I think it would have still made sense if YouTube took it, but I mean Netflix is the king and we're just the sorry people, so who's
We
to
are.
say?
Exactly.
Sorry people who's watching all that TV. At least they're still cranking out new content.
They are, yeah. I mean, we need it, Lord knows. I was just going to give a quick update on Keith Raniere, the head of the NXIVM cult. He was sentenced to 120 years in prison. So, or maybe it was 120 life sentences.
So we'll see him never.
He's never getting out of jail, basically,
Yeah.
is my update.
Unless he is immortal, because he took all that NXIVM.
It's true, because it does sound like, wait,
Crushed it.
NXIVM is a medication.
Yeah, I thought that was like the
NXIVM.
whole thing.
No, the whole thing's a cult, but NXIVM.
Well, no, I know that. I thought that's like how they got them in the cult, was the drug.
No, the drug that's an acid reflux drug. They're spelled differently. Like NXIVM, the cult thing is NX.
IVM.
IVM. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, 5.
5.
50.
50. I don't know.
L is 50.
I don't know, and
L
I
is
don't.
50.
I'll be honest. I don't know, and I don't care. So yeah, that's that he's going away. So.
And I heard they're coming out with a second season.
I mean, why?
I know.
I'm only like.
It's a documentary. Who do you think you are?
Yeah, I'm like 3 episodes in. I don't need more.
Oh.
Finish it in one season. And there's
Yeah.
going to be 10 episodes in this season. So like,
Yeah.
what you're going to need 20 episodes on this? Not it's
Yeah,
too
I mean,
much.
I'm not watching it, so. Are you good? Okay, for my recaps, I'm just gonna do the Bachelorette real quick. And since like I think we said this last time, I don't know, full transparency, like we kind of skipped a week last week. So, but I think I missed 1 week of the Bachelorette.
Yes.
So basically, Claire is just getting worse by the minute. She's
Aw.
forcing guys. I know it's sad, and I do feel bad like shitting on her, but like she doesn't have an I in her name, and that's silly. And then, so to give an example, she took this guy on a first date, and they did stuff that I've like done in therapy. Like you write down like stuff you've been called that triggered you, and stuff like things that people have made fun of you for, and like your biggest insecurities. And she like wants him to tell her all these things, not only like on the first date, but also on national TV. And it's kind of like relax.
Yeah, that should be private, probably.
Yeah, and I get like she's 39, she's faced her demons, and like that's great, but you don't ask someone else to do those things, especially on national television.
Can I ask, was it in front of all the other guys?
No, so they were just on one-on-one, so it wasn't in front of the other guys, but it was in front of millions of viewers.
God, can you imagine if there was like, if it was in front of the other guys, and then like the other guys, like it's just chaos with all the guys like calling each other all their childhood, cruel nicknames. Like somebody's like, "Smelly Sammy coming into the bunk again. Get the fuck out of here." Just name calling, just brutal.
Yikes.
Chaos, Lord of the Flies.
They would be losers because that's a horrible name. But
I've heard the boys are vibing.
The boys are vibing, and I am curious because they have shown us that they're being very, very safe. But they've obviously taken over this like whole hotel/resort. I say
Bubble.
resort loosely because it doesn't look bubble. But I think they usually are in bunk beds. But now I'm assuming they have their own hotel room because I think that would be pretty fucked up to like. Happy COVID, get in this room together.
But if they're all
they're in a bubble. I know, but it's still kind of like, I don't know.
They should have their own rooms.
You have the whole hotel, like, and it's 35.
Oh, yeah,
Obviously, there's crew and whatnot, but it does look like they have their own rooms, which is pretty dope because it's like, because people have been saying like it's kind of nice. Like I feel like to go on this show more than usual because like you get to be able to like touch people, and so. Along with having your own room, like, that's pretty fucking nice.
I would expect grown adults to have their own room, but because I was shocked.
They're usually like in bunk beds in this mansion, so I guess that mansion's not that big. But it is like 30 guys to start, and then I'm sure they start getting their own rooms. But actually, by the time they've shrunk down to like 15, they usually start traveling. So they'll be in this thing the whole time. Anyways, the next taboo thing that happened was that, so on a group date, the guys had to play dodgeball against each other. And, like, right before they started playing, Claire was like, I have an idea. Let's make this strip dodgeball. And so, like, if one team lost, they'd have to take off a shirt and keep going.
Nice.
And so one of the teams was just annihilating the other team. So they got down into jock straps, which they asked them to put on jock straps, which is weird.
Yeah, that is very weird for dodgeball.
And then at one point some of the guys just like took off their jock straps, and then they had to walk back to like the main room with all of that out, and then like when they were leaving, Claire asked them for hugs, and so it's just kind of going around like that's like wildly inappropriate because one, like that would be fucking not even like nothing that would ever happen if it was The Bachelor and these were bachelorettes, like no. And like I can see like that is wrong. And so like who knows if it was really Claire's idea, if they're like, hey, here's an idea, tell them it's strip poker.
Yeah.
And so some of the guys seem chill with it, and I do get like some guys are more like whatever, it's my butt. But like the way they were flopping around and rolling around, like you definitely saw more than butts, if you know what I mean. And
I do.
and some of the guys were super chill about it, and then some were like, I would be so embarrassed, like, that's so inappropriate, like, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people are shitting on Claire for doing that. And lastly, the funniest one that was, like, the smallest little blip in the show is she was talking to one guy, I can't remember which date it was, but she was like, yeah, I've never really had that experience, like, no one ever asked me to prom. And then, like, the next day, of course, someone was like, this is my husband with Claire at prom. And like a picture to go with it. Yeah, so she was like, that was homecoming, that wasn't prom. And we're all like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, and then the last thing, which is just so weird, and I think it kind of shows like she just like, I think one, she knows how the show works, so she's being like so hands-on with it and kind of like critical, like wants everything to run how the show usually runs. So usually when they sit down for the rose ceremony, which is like basically a cocktail party but they have before she cuts everybody and like gives the people who are staying a rose. Mm-hmm. And so she sits down, like does her little spiel, like, thank you so much for, I'm the Bachelorette, I'm Claire, thank you for being here, blah, blah, blah. And so usually the guys and girls are super thirsty, so like as soon as they're done with their little chat, they're like, can I steal you for a second? Which one is so annoying. So as soon as she was done, no one like said anything, and so she took it like so, like she got so offended. She's like, does no one want to talk to me? Like no one asked if I could go talk with them. Like, does no one want to talk to me? And everyone's just like, relax.
Yeah, chill. You're the
So
Bachelorette. Like,
So that's the update. And as I've told you before, like the rumors are she picks someone and she leaves, and I think everyone is just really anticipating that moment.
that's
Yeah,
That's
you
like-
hate to see it, but it's not good. It's not good.
It's not good, but it's it's the bubble season, so it's
Yeah.
At least they didn't waste like a good Bachelorette on.
Yeah, but it is kind of like, even though the guys are kind of better because they don't seem to all be thirsty Instagrammers, which, I'm sure once they get that sponsorship, once they leave, like, they'll take it, which, I mean, whatever, good on you.
Yeah.
But it's like they have very real jobs, and they're very articulate, like, they have things to say, which is cool. And I'm sure they'll bring in some younger guys when allegedly Tasha comes in. So I think it could end up being a good season, but you really never know. The Bachelorette usually turns it out, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate the recap nonetheless. I'm informed.
Just unloaded. Yeah, now you could be quizzed.
Yes. Yes.
And then lastly, Adele was on SNL, and it was amazing. She always looks incredible. She looked absolutely beautiful. She incorporated her voice because she was not the musical guest, so we actually got to hear her sing, which was really exciting. She's super funny, and she did a fabulous job. And to go backwards, Justin Bieber as the musical guest, and Issa Rae the week before. Fantastic, with a little appearance from Chance the Rapper. And then next week is John Mulaney.
Nice. Your faves.
Yeah, this is the third year in a row that they've had him on, and I just hope they do this until I die.
Seems like it. As long as he's still,
Your voice
keen
just
to do
cracked a
it.
little.
Seems like it. No, that's not a voice crack. I can just go that high.
Oh, okay. Wow. Let's hear you sing.
Seems like it. Nice. Well, happy that you get to see your favorite guy on there.
And the musical guest is The Strokes, who I like. Because sometimes it's him with the musical guest I don't care about, so this really just works out for me.
The all-encompassing Ashley episode.
Yeah, and it's Halloween. Let's get spooky.
Halloween. Speaking of the topic for today, we're kind of doing a little, it's Halloween special. I'll insert a little sound effect
Ah!
over that. I'll mute that. Insert a little sound effect to intro.
No, don't mute it. That was authentically me.
Okay. I'll leave
There
it
was space in between.
in between.
There was space before I did that to add like a quick little scream.
A quick little scream. Yes. There you go. I'll sample those throughout the segment or the topic, but we're gonna be doing like a little Halloween recap, some of our scariest movies, movies that scared us the most, movies that maybe we thought were the best that we saw when we were kids, and also we might get into like what things scared us the most. If you had something from Halloween or from just like in general as a kid that you were like,
Stranger danger.
Fuck out of me. Yeah. Well, try and stay away from like real life stuff, like the first time you thought about
kidding,
death. But
I didn't think about death for like a really long time. Well,
that must have been nice. That must have been nice for you.
I didn't until 6th grade, until my teacher died.
Wow. I was in like 5th, 4th, or 3rd grade, or 2nd grade.
Well, that was really close to 6th grade.
It was early. It was early for me.
I'm trying to think when my first grandparent died. Well, I was 4.
All right.
So
This isn't the conversation we're supposed to be having.
This segment is about death and all the loved ones you've lost.
We're gonna talk about death today and how much it fucking sucks. No, we're gonna go into Halloween. So yeah, jam-packed Halloween stuff. Spooky, spooky season. Everybody loves to say it. Everybody loves to say it. So we'll go ahead and toss it. I'll say it once. I'll say it once for the fans, and that's it. I'm going out. So do you have a movie?
Do you know what I saw when I was going for a walk in someone's yard? Kind of like going off of my "It's fall, y'all." It said, "Boo, y'all."
Oh, okay.
Isn't that just like a little upsetting?
It's like I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I want to like knock on the
And
door.
at first,
What do you want from me?
at first glance, I thought it said, "Boo, yay," but no.
It would have been almost better.
A little better, a little more confusing, but a little better.
I would have rather them have been like booing everybody walking by, like boo, boo, rather than that. But it is what it is. People go nuts. I like that people decorate. I like that people get into Halloween.
Yeah, I love the skeletons. I think that's fun.
Yeah, I always liked, you know, I saw somebody, one of my neighbors has like witches' feet that they're just legs and you stick them in the
Yeah.
ground so it looks like the witch is like under there.
Oh, does The Wizard of Oz count as a Halloween movie?
I was just thinking that when I was saying the witch
The
thing,
witches.
because the monkeys were terrifying. The flying
Monkeys
monkeys.
were terrifying, and I was scared of the Bad Witch until I saw Wicked, which rocked hard. Wicked is better than The Wizard of Oz. I said it. I don't know.
It's to me, I'm like, sure.
What are you saying? Yeah, well, Wicked's fucking incredible, and they're making a movie, so
The
it'll come out in 2025.
A weird thing that kind of really freaked me out actually was how when the house landed on the first witch or whatever, whoever she was, when her legs like curled, that was like the
Yeah.
creepiest shit in the world. And we're just like,
It's
oh,
like-
okay. She's dead, and now she's like
Curdling
crawling up.
away.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it would have made more sense. Maybe this just wasn't like allowed in like the 30s, whenever that was filmed.
Yeah.
I feel like she just would have like gone to dust.
I don't know. It was a very creepy.
Maybe that was the easiest way to take her away.
I guess. Yeah, I got that she was dead for sure, but that freaked me out really
Yeah,
bad.
maybe they were trying to scare you. But yeah, the flying monkeys were rude and inappropriate.
What's like the first movie that you saw that you remember being scared of?
I'm
Or, like,
trying to
a
think.
movie-
So, Bambi. No, just kidding. That's in a different way. That's more along the death.
That's more along the death, right?
I want to say this probably isn't the first, so maybe I blocked out the ones before this, but Don't Look Under the Bed on Disney Channel. I know I've talked about this before, but that really fucked me up. I was like,
Yeah.
why is this happening? And I specifically remember like one of the monsters that was under the bed had these really long fingernails.
Yep.
And even thinking about it now, like I just got like a little bit of a pain in my stomach. That really freaked me out. I think one, to, really be transparent, I slept in my parents' bed for a long time. I think I was a scared child. And so they were just playing on my weakness. I was like, Mom, how the fuck am I going to go sleep in my room now? Like, do you see this?
Yeah, they knew.
Like, what am I going to do? Be in there by myself? You want me to die?
Yeah, that's really what it is. You're like, I'm gonna survive, so like I can't just be in here. Like I can't be alone. That's how
Yeah.
they get you. That they want you alone.
Exactly. Like, not that this was scary, but Monsters, Inc., like, you know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely not scary.
But great movie.
Great movie.
Well,
great
Randall's a little spooky, but okay.
movie.
What about you?
I was going to say, I think the first one. So actually, the first one isn't really a horror movie, but it did scare the fuck out of me. You're gonna have to look this up because I don't think that you're gonna have seen it. Just in all probability.
Okay.
There was a live action Super Mario Brothers movie, and it was one of the most terrifying movies I ever saw. I was very, very young, so I was
Okay.
probably 8 or 7 when I saw it, maybe even younger. And I was just like, oh, I love Mario, so yeah, I want to watch that. Like, Mario's cool. Watched it. It was like adults. There were like these creepy ass dinosaurs that had like tiny heads. The mushrooms
Sorry.
were like,
I'm about to trigger you.
yeah,
Can you see
yeah,
that?
yes, I can see it.
I'll post. I'm going to save that right now.
That exact guy.
Also,
So those are the Goombas. So you know
Yeah.
how like Mario, the little brown like head guys who just have feet
Yeah.
that run around. That's what that's supposed
yeah,
to
those things are cute.
be. Crazy
Let me
artistic touch.
Yeah, give you the quote from like the movie poster. It says, "This ain't no game."
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a. I'm assuming it wasn't a great movie. I haven't seen it since, but
Luigi.
I remember having like horrific nightmares afterwards. There was like,
Oh, ugh.
yeah, there was like this weird.
God.
The mushrooms were like this weird fungus. Yoshi was a literal dinosaur, and not like, not like a friendly like smiley dinosaur. Like it was just a dinosaur.
Do you remember a guy with a really long tongue?
That was probably Bowser. Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. I remember I had like night. Yeah, that guy.
That makes my stomach hurt.
It's that's definitely it's
I
definitely
would be-
upsetting.
I'd be fucking scared of that too.
It terrified me. I had horrible nightmares.
Did you not play Nintendo for a while after that?
I didn't. I'm trying to think if I had it.
That's pretty
I
detailed.
definitely had a Nintendo at that point, but I think I separated the two
Flex.
because one was like one was like I didn't even think of it as being Mario because there was nothing other than the names and everything. It wasn't really a Mario thing.
You could separate the two.
I could separate them, yes, but yeah, that scared the shit out of me. I remember I was like, I used to anytime I would get scared, I would, because I just wanted to be like near my mom, so I was like, I'll just be in the room with her, and as long as I'm in the room with her, I'm safe. Like I see her, she can protect me, monsters can't get me. So I would do this terrifying thing to her where I would just be in the room, and I would feel bad. I'd be like, I don't want to wake her up. She's sleeping, you know. I don't want to be like that guy who's like, hey, I'm scared. Can I get in the bed? So I would just be like, all right, I'll just like chill in here. And so sometimes I would just be like staring at her in the room, and she would like every once in a while wake up and just be like, oh, he's about to murder me. My son is Damien. But yeah.
Who's Damien?
From what is the movie? He's like that's the name for the devil.
No, Lucifer is the name for the devil.
Damien is like the possessed, the Omen. The Omen. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, never seen it.
It's kind of scary. He's a little kid, so I feel like I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
I'd probably be able to take you, even though you are the devil. But
true, that's a good point.
I was gonna say the first movie that, I think I saw that scared me as like an actual scary movie.
Yeah.
Was, and this is scary is probably a loose term. Again, I was a kid, but I remember being terrified of the movie Gremlins. Did you ever see that one?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
So Gremlins, for those who don't know, this kid gets this weird little monster thing that looks like a Furby from this store, and the guy's like, hey, piece of advice, don't get it wet, don't feed it after midnight. Of course, the kid's like alarm clock breaks or something, so he feeds it after midnight and he gets it wet and all this sort of shit. It turns into this like disgusting little monster, which is gross, and you're like, oh, whatever, not that scary. That wasn't what fucked me up. What fucked me up was these things are like multiplied, so there's like dozens of them all over the town, or hundreds of them all over the town. And in the house, they're having to like kill these things because they're murderous. And they're like, they put them in like a blender. They put one in a microwave. They like kill one with swords and like throw it in the fire and like all this crazy shit. You're like, this is like very graphic.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, they showed it to me thinking like Gremlins. It's a cute little monster. It's not really scary. And then they were watching it and they saw, they were like with me afterwards and they were like, we kind of see how that might have fucked you up.
I do remember like I must have been. Where did I go to school? Yeah, I must have been in like 7th grade, maybe a little younger, and I did watch Freddy versus Jason.
Okay, that's a creepy one.
That is a creepy one. That's really out of character for me. I think my friend liked him, so I was just like, let's watch it. But I think even then I was like, let's like make fun of it the whole time. But I also do get really scared with like scary faces type stuff. So, yeah, I guess that one was kind of scary. I think, though, honestly, Don't Look Under the Bed is the one that fucked me up the most.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say the Freddy vs. Jason is, like, terrifying because you have basically, like, the worst monsters that are, like, of our generation. I feel like those were, like, two of the scariest, like, I don't know, characters, I guess.
Yeah.
Because one's a monster. I guess they're both monsters, but like one's like more man-like.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, did you know this is really creepy? And I'm gonna share my screen. There is a Jason Voorhees statue at the bottom of this lake. And like if you know Jason, he's like supposed to be from the bottom of the lake.
I feel triggered.
Yeah, he's just like somebody put this statue down there, and it's just like under the water.
That is so horrible.
It's super creepy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Stop.
he's supposed to like come out of the lake. Also, my Twitter picture, I threw a little Jason Voorhees mask over myself.
Oh, cool. Shoot, that made me forgot what I was gonna say because I got so scared.
You said don't look under the bed was your.
No, it had nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. I definitely watched House of Wax, which I think I just liked it for the hot boys.
I did not see that one. I did not see
Chad
that
Michael
one.
Murray, Jared Padalecki. I'm pretty sure Paris Hilton was in it. So obviously a star-studded cast.
Sounds about right.
And I really liked Madame Tussauds when I was younger. So I was like, you're kind of ruining this idea for me. But it is like pretty fucking scary.
Yeah. No, that's a creepy one. I was gonna say, do you have a movie from recent memory that you saw that was like the most scary one as an adult? I would say.
Well, lastly, I was going to say, I forget the name of the movie, but I can remember the girl because she used to date Joe Jonas. But it was a movie about, like, a girl who's babysitting and then, like, someone keeps, like, When a Stranger Calls. And that's one, like, you should not watch as a teenage girl because that's just, like, your nightmare of going to babysit and someone is, like, calling you. So I don't think we have anyone who's getting into the babysitting business, but, like, don't watch that movie.
That's terrifying. That is a terrifying one.
And I would say for right now, like, I know my taste, so I don't really fuck with scary movies anymore, ever. So I think, God, that's actually really hard. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, Stranger Things, I know, I am, like, I get scared. Like, Stranger Things freaks me out, but I love it. Like, that's one of the only shows where I'm like, okay, I'm a little scared. I think because it has kids, I'm like, and it has, like, the 80s vibe, there's humor, like, I can enjoy it. And then, like, Game of Thrones, like, there's some hardcore shit, but it's not, like, scary. So I don't really watch, like, scary. Fuck, so I don't know. Inglourious Bastards freaks me out a little.
Okay.
A little scarred.
All right. Well,
What about you?
I was going to say, so I think probably it's tough, but I think probably of like recent memory, one that really freaked me out that I know you're like, it shouldn't because I was going to say, so it's Get Out. And the reason being,
I haven't seen it yet, remember?
oh, okay.
Yeah, don't. It's on my list. I'm going to watch it, so just
okay,
don't.
well, that kind of, I can't talk about it.
Well,
are you going to see,
I'm not going to watch Us, though, because just the preview of Us freaked me
yeah,
the fuck
Us,
out.
I didn't think I wasn't as crazy about. I don't know. There was definitely scary parts, but it didn't really get me as bad. Oh, this was a good. Well, no, that wasn't. I was gonna. Okay, are you ever gonna see Being John Malkovich?
No. Never heard of it.
Okay, well, that's a incredible movie. Scary, intriguing, but also scary. And the scary aspect of it is basically like people going into John Malkovich's mind and like he's trapped in his own mind and he can't do anything about it. He's like being pushed in this dark place and he's trapped there. It's terrifying. The idea I've always like struggled with like being trapped or isolated. I don't like that.
Small spaces
you know,
freak me out.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I get kind of claustrophobic.
Like Maze Runner, that's my worst nightmare. Get the fuck out of here with Maze Runner.
Yeah. Okay.
The walls close in on him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound good. That sounds pretty bad, actually. But yeah, I agree. Like anytime people are like having to like go through tight spaces in like a cave or something, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out on that.
I get really freaked out.
But yeah, Get Out was
I must
obviously.
have a name.
I would say for Get Out, no spoilies. Obviously, I look like somebody that might be on the bad side of Get Out, because I'm a white. But the idea of what happens in the movie is so terrifying. I remember just like thinking about it for days afterwards because I was like, what if they try to do that to me? And it's just fucking terrifying.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely, like, I literally was talking about this 2 hours ago with my friends that I'm going to watch it soon. I also need to watch Parasite, so I'll try to watch it soon, and I'll let you let it out.
Parasite,
Get it out.
another oddly freaky one.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of a terrifying idea too.
Yeah. Also, it came to me, not a movie, but in my adulthood, I haven't seen all of them, but American Horror Story really knows how to show you your worst fears, and is just totally fucked up. Specifically, the second season, which is a sane asylum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is one of my worst fears. Not like being insane, but just like torture.
Oh. I was going to say being insane is like for sure one of my
it's
biggest
scary.
fears.
I guess I just don't think I'm going to be. But I get like, I don't know. But yeah, I think just the torture and the craziness, like, ooh, and just, woo, no, I can't.
No, I wasn't making that noise.
And the
because
circus one.
I wasn't making that noise because I thought you were going to go insane.
No, I know.
It's just because, to me, I don't think I'm going to go insane, but, like, you know, you never know when you get towards the end what's going to happen. And just the idea of, like, I could, or, you know, people, like, get schizophrenia and shit at any age. Like, the idea that I could just be waking up one day and just, like, there's a person in my room, and now that's just here. And he's not a good guy. Like, that's so scary to me.
Yeah, and this is so random, but remember the preview you saw before we saw The Gentleman, and it was like that like witch lady who thought she was doing God's work, and she like put needles in her shoes?
That didn't look scary to me.
Okay, well, you're kidding yourself, but all right.
I don't know. It just was like, that was one that would look like it was like trying to be edgy for like.
Yeah, but that idea, like, that's scary. Okay.
It didn't
Okay.
It didn't get me. I would be honest if it did. Trust me. Midsummer scared the shit out of me.
That's also what I've heard. That one of my friends was saying she saw the like most graphic scene she's ever seen.
There's a lot of very graphic scenes.
Okay, I want to watch it because of Florence, but I don't think I could stomach it.
No, I don't think you could, honestly. There's one scene in particular. So the director, Ari Aster, he also did Hereditary. The theme between the two movies, all I can point to is just disturbing. It's all super disturbing. Like, there's nothing really, to me, there's nothing really that scary, but it's so disturbing that you can't help but feel completely unnerved the entire time.
Yeah. That is not for me. So
Hereditary is another one. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I said it earlier, but the movie that I watched at the beginning about the two people telling scary stories to each other in the middle of the woods, it's called Scare Me on Shudder.
you did say that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure the guy's Josh Rubin. He's starting out. I wanted to gas him up
Give him a little
bit.
shout out.
Give him a little clout.
Totally.
He's also weirdly had like a really funny TikTok that doesn't make any sense, but once you see it, you're like, that's actually hilarious, and I totally get it.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. I think that's all we got. I was going to say we're gonna have a guy movie pick for the next episode. The pick is The Matrix classic. You can watch it on
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, yes, the most likable actor in the world. It is on HBO Max. If you have it, if you don't have it, you can rent or buy on Amazon Prime, probably on other things. But yeah, The Matrix.
If you don't have HBO, find someone who does. Also, I thought we were going to stumble upon Hocus Pocus, and so all I have to say is his name is Thackeray Binks and not Zachary Binks, and that's the only thing I have wrong with the movie.
Okay, I'll be honest, I've never seen that movie.
I don't think you would like it now. Like, I think you would have had to seen it. One, for girls, they thought the guys were hot in the movie.
Okay.
In the
Are you sure that's not just
my
you?
dad. I know it's not just me. This is a very common thing amongst women.
Okay.
I actually saw it 2 weeks ago in the theater, so that was fun.
Nice.
But it wasn't the first time I've seen it. Yeah, so Thackeray Binks is the ghost, and then there's another guy who is in it who's like, he accidentally awakes the witches, and just all hell breaks loose. And they're making a second one, so.
Interesting. That's a long
it's,
time.
Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker. I mean, it might as well be Sarah.
Sarah sounded right. When you said
Sarah
that,
Parker.
I was not about to correct you. I was like, yeah, Sarah Parker.
That's why I stopped myself, because I was like, I'm about to get corrected.
Also,
I'm going to say something controversial. Harry Potter is a Halloween movie. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
I mean,
In one point, they say, double, boiling trouble. That's spooky.
Okay, that is, yeah.
Every day is Halloween at Hogwarts.
And they're witches, so.
And wizards.
Wizards less Halloween-y, witches more Halloween-y, I would say.
No, we just we just use witches more. Wizards are Halloweeny. There are male witches.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. We usually, there's the wizards in the yard, the witches in the yard, but, a wizard is Halloween. Get the fuck out of my face, ho.
All right. I was going to say, I did also see, speaking of seeing movies in theaters, I saw The Thing in theaters. If you love, it's a really old one, the 1982 one with Kurt Russell. They're just replaying it at Alamo Drafthouse. If you like creepy, kind of disturbing.
Also, Disturbia, great movie.
Disturbia, yeah, another good one. And Shia.
I watched that recently.
Young Shia, and that other guy who was in the Green Mile. I don't
Shia LaBeouf.
Whoever the bad guy is, I don't remember his name.
Oh, see, I was wondering. I was like, did he just pour his whole heart out for this movie? Because I've never seen him ever again.
Green
Also,
Mile was
I
probably
I read that he did not talk to anyone while filming as to get into character.
Method.
And then when it was over, he was ended up being the nicest guy ever.
They're like, oh, we thought you were actually really creepy and a murderer. So glad that
Yeah,
because
Shia LaBeouf is 18 in that movie.
Yeah, he's a young buck. That was
Yeah.
pre Transformers, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because Transformers was when all the ladies are like, wow, hubba hubba.
Yeah, and then Megan Fox.
The guys were
like,
wow,
yeah,
wow.
exactly. All right. Well, that is the show.
Yeah. Go to Spotify, follow us if you like this ep, or if you didn't, what's it gonna hurt you? Except we'll pop up on your feed, but whatever. Also, I heard that maybe reviews will die because apparently all people do on reviews is write negative shit. So remember, if you're gonna leave a review, just put 5 stars. You can literally just write okay. And follow us, Friends No Bennies, on Twitter and Instagram. This is episode 35, and we'll see you next week. Watch The Matrix, which we will review in 2 weeks.
Next week.
Next week. Okay,
Next
well,
week.
I don't know.
We're also on YouTube, so you'll be able to see this live.
Yeah, if you
Not live, but
to
yeah.
get on the tube. Yeah.
People like to watch it.
Because it happened now.
It happened at this moment, which is not live. But yeah,
Totally.
check us out. It's also
Happy Halloween.
yes, happy Halloween. Later, y'all.
Bye.